You will need the following ingredients: all-purpose flour, white sugar, self-raising flour, condensed milk, thickened cream, butter, cans of crushed pineapples or slices, peach slices, vanilla sugar, crushed peanuts, eggs, milk, custard powder, and water. In a bowl, you'll add 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 2, 3, and 1 cup of self-raising flour. Give it a good mix. Let's go ahead and add our sugar. We will go ahead and add our butter. I'm just going to cut them in small cubes and we will mix it with the flour. I will explain why I use mixed flour, all-purpose and self-raising flour. If you notice, I only use 1 cup of self-raising flour and I use 3 cups of all-purpose flour. And I will explain why I mix it that way. So, if I was to use all self-raising flour, when I do the pie pastry, when I cook it in the oven, it will puff up or it will expand. But using the self-raising flour, a little bit of self-raising flour and the all-purpose flour, it won't puff up as much as using too much of the or more of the self-raising flour. But I will show you as I go along with the recipe. Okay, so I am mixing the butter into the flour. There's one ingredient I need to add to the dry mix here, and that is 1 teaspoon of vanilla sugar. Okay, that vanilla sugar will give it a nice taste and flavoring to the pastry. And it smells really good too, that vanilla smell. As usual, the rules of the kitchen, make sure you wash your hands thoroughly. If not, use your gloves. If you don't want to do this part, and if you have a blender or food processor, do the mixing in the food processor if it's easier for you. But this step here literally takes less than 5 minutes. So while I'm doing that, I was able to meet some of the wonderful subscribers and followers for the channel in Utah and get to know them a bit more. So they're wonderful people, all our wonderful subscribers and followers in Utah. Thank you for your support, and everyone throughout the world. It feels like forever for me to not record a video, but I'm so happy to be back. All right, so this is what I'm after. The next step, we're going to separate our egg yolks from the egg whites. Okay, so we will mix our milk and the egg yolks together. Okay, and we will now add it with the flour. Okay. Mix them together. I can still smell that vanilla sugar that I added earlier on. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead with my hand and mix it. That is it. You are just mixing the ingredients to combine. You don't want to overmix it. So just combine everything well, and you are ready to set it up in your baking dish. Okay, the pastry is enough for the big size, the normal big size tin, but I am making a small one. There's only 4 of us. So with that recipe, I can make 2 small ones, 2 small pies with the pastry. Otherwise, you can use the whole dough for the normal big size pie tin. So let's go ahead and butter. I'm just going to butter my tin just on the sides. I'll start with the sides first. So work your way around and just start forming the dough in your pie tin, going around. If you want to have an overflow, go ahead and do it. It is nice to have a crust hanging over. I know a lot of people like the pie crust. Okay, so just go over the edge of the pan. You can fix it up later and then make sure it's not too thick around the corners. Have a nice equal spread of the pastry around, and then continue on. So just do your corners first, and as you're going along, just push it out so it spreads out evenly. And everyone has their own recipe. This is how I do mine. Okay, go around the corner. Spread it out. Sometimes the kids love doing this, so maybe this is the task that they can do. Forming the dough. It's like, I know when I was baking in Utah, my nieces and nephews always come up to me and say, "Auntie, can I please have Play-Doh?" So I'm sure they'll love doing this, the young ones, and a nice way for them to get involved in baking or cooking. And at the same time, they'll learn to cook. So right now, I'll quickly preheat my oven to 160 degrees Celsius or 350 to 360 Fahrenheit. Now just go ahead with your fork and just create a pattern up the top. And then just have a few pokes in the middle. And we are done. So once our oven is ready, I'm just going to put it in the oven and we will bake it at 160 degrees for about 20 minutes. And we will also keep an eye on it so it doesn't burn or get too brown. Okay, so 160 degrees Celsius at 20 minutes. Our pie dough is in the oven. This is what I have left over. Like I said, I can make another pie the same size. So I will put this aside and make another one to give it to someone or one of the family members. In the meantime, I will move on to making our filling, which is our pineapple filling. Okay, to this I'll add 4 cups of water. To this I'll add condensed milk as well. I'm adding 1 egg yolk and mix it in. And butter. You're probably wondering why I add butter here, but trust me, it gives it a nice flavor to our pineapple filling. So not a lot, just a small amount of butter. I'll go ahead and add our custard powder. Okay, give it a good mix. Last one is vanilla sugar. And we are going to turn the oven on now and cook all these ingredients that we've added to the pot until the mix becomes thicker, and then we will add our pineapples. So at this stage, you don't want to leave the pot unattended. You have to stay here and keep stirring. Okay, if you can see, our pastry is cooking well in the back. And we have 10 more minutes left. Okay, it's starting to get thick now. I'm going to add 2 more custard powder spoons. I'm going to explain to you why I use water and condensed milk instead of the pineapple juice or the liquid, pineapple liquid. I find the pineapple liquid can taste a little bit bitter or a little bit sour. So I prefer using the water and the condensed milk. Gives it a nice vanilla taste to our custard. So I normally drain my pineapples, drain really well. Some people do add, but for me, I prefer not to. So do it your way. If you like the pineapple juice in your pie, go ahead and use it. Alright, so that's good enough for me because it will go thicker when it cools down. You can taste it to see if you need to add more sweetness to it, but I am pretty sure the condensed milk will be enough. That's it, that's perfect. I don't need to add any more sugar. Right, we'll let it cool down. And once our pie crust is ready, then we'll cool it down as well and add our pineapples before we add it to the pie. Our pie crust is ready. If you can hear the oven, I'll bring it out. Okay, let's go ahead and add our pineapples. So I like to leave mine chunky like that. You can blend it if you don't want the chunky pieces in your pineapple pie, but I'm happy with that. Okay, so mix it in. Nice and beautiful color too. Alright, so cool it down and then add it to the pie dish. Okay, so our pastry is cooked now. It's nice and golden brown. We will let it sit for a few more minutes and then we will add the pineapple filling to it. Put it in the fridge to let it sit, and then we'll add the cream and the rest of our toppings. So pretty easy, straightforward, and it doesn't take long at all to make a pie and have a wonderful. This is one of the popular desserts for the Polynesians. For the cream, you will need to use the whole bottle, and then you can add 2 tablespoons of icing sugar to give it a little bit of sweetness. Not too much, because you don't want everything to be too sweet. Okay, so you're going to beat the cream, put it in the fridge for even half an hour. It's important that you leave it in the fridge to set before you add it to the pie. Okay, everyone, so this is our 1 bottle of thickened cream. I've added everything in the jar here. I've also added 2 tablespoons of icing sugar and a little bit of the vanilla sugar. These are optionals. If you want to leave it plain, go ahead and leave it plain. So let's go ahead and beat our cream. Okay, all done. Give it a taste. Yum. Put a lid on. Put it in the fridge for about half an hour to an hour. Let it set, and we'll add it at the end to our pie. Let's go ahead and add our pineapples to the pastry. Okay, that's it. Okay, so this is a pie that I made earlier on. It's now ready to be creamed and add the rest of our topping, while the other one is still in the fridge. So I have just added my cream to a piping bag. It's easy for me to do it this way, decorate it this way. Otherwise, you don't have to use the piping bag. You just add the cream and spread it around using one of these kitchen tools. Okay, so let's go ahead and add our cream. That's it. Doesn't have to be fancy. Do it the way you like. So that's our cream. I might as well add the rest because I don't want to waste it. Alright, then you can go ahead and add your crushed peanuts to it. There's no certain way, it's just whatever you want, however you want to decorate your pie. That's it. And then just peaches on the side. Here we go. Bingo. That is it, everyone. Again, if you don't want the peaches, leave it, don't add it. If you don't want the nuts, if you have allergies in the family, don't add it, and just go ahead with the cream. Make it your own according to your liking, taste, and preference. I'm going to go ahead and cut it and have a taste. Okay, I'll go with this one, a lot easier. Here we go. There's our pie. Okay. Not too sweet. It's just perfect. So there's our pineapple pie. To our wonderful subscriber who suggested for me to make this. I hope you enjoy this recipe. Thank you for tuning in. Take care and be safe. And we will catch up in the next episode and see you next time. Bye for now. Hi everyone. Welcome back to the channel of Meals with Milz. Thank you for tuning in. In this episode, we will cook gobay in 2 ways. Let's start cooking. Let me quickly explain my understanding of gobay. Okay, so gobay is it's kind of like a breakfast dish. When I grew up in the island, I grew up eating gobay a lot. And please comment below for the Samoan viewers if you have more understanding of how gobay came about. My understanding is that we had flour available in the islands, and this is a way that whoever invented gobay came up with to have it as a form of breakfast, a sweet dish. So we cook it in boiling water, pretty much like dumplings in the water, but we'll go through it as we go through the cooking process. Let's get on with cooking. Okay, so we got our boiling water. So in this pot, we will do a flavour of gobay coco Samoa. So I'll add the Samoan coco and we'll let it boil in that pot. In this pot, we will cook gobay with caramel sugar and then add it to that as the base of that. But this is Samoan coco. So gobay coco Samoa and gobay suka, or with the burnt sugar, caramelized sugar. So we will have that boiling for now and we'll get on with the dough. You're gonna add about 6 cups of flour in there. So we've got 6 cups there, and I'll measure 1 cup of sugar. So 1.5 cups of sugar. Mix the sugar and flour. So this is pretty much 4 ingredients: flour, sugar, milk, coco Samoa for the coco Samoa flavor, and coconut cream. So is that 4 or 5? Yeah, about 4 to 5 ingredients. Okay, so that's being mixed through well by my son. Thank you, Enoch. Now you want to pour the milk while I mix. We are mixing the flour to create the dumplings that we will put in the hot water. Start with this for now, and then I might need to add more. Just measuring another cup side for now. Start adding it slowly. I'm now going to go ahead with my hands and mix the dough so all the flour can be with the sugar and milk. And feel free to add more milk if you need to. At this stage, I don't think I'll need more milk. I just need a little bit of flour. No, just to yeah. That's it. You got the word. Smoothing. Now I think we're done. We're done. We'll start cleaning my hands, and then we'll start rolling the dumplings and put it in the water that's boiling. So my the cocoa is now boiling. The water is boiling, and the other one is about to boil. I added some more water. I'm going to go ahead and start with my side. My son Enoch will do the caramel goodbye. People do it differently. Some people prefer using the spoon. If you can make the dumplings round enough with the spoon, go ahead and use the spoon. Otherwise, you can use your hands. So you will do it like that in the pot, or you roll it with your hands to get a nice full shape. Put it in, just like that. So it's about that much, the size. Just a little bit bigger than the size of a cherry tomato. Right, go ahead, son, you know how to do it? You can make it smaller, whatever size you have to. So that's all.
Chef.
Thank you. And at the same time, when you put in a few, you can start stirring so it doesn't stick together in there. So as you can see, everyone, how to add more flour. So if your dough is too sticky, feel free to add more flour. It doesn't hurt if you add more flour to get a smooth dough and a smooth consistency for the dumplings. Is that better now, Enoch?
Yep, it's better.
And when we used to do this in the island, we just used water and flour. But now we're overseas with, the availability of milk. It tastes nice too if you add milk. But either way, water or milk tastes the same, I should say. Just keep stirring my. Okay, so we'll just keep doing that, adding the balls to the water, and then we will come back and continue on with the next stage of our recipe. So the next stage of our recipe, this is for the caramel goodbye flavor. Enoch, you are going to add, it's about a cup, add the whole, all of it, just pour the rest of the sugar in there. So that's about a cup of brown sugar, and we will caramelize the sugar and then add it to your pot. So that will give flavor to your goodbye. And that's why they call it goodbye sugar or burnt sugar, because you have to caramelize the. That's just a Samoan explanation or way of explaining the dish, but it's pretty much caramelizing the sugar.
Oh yeah, I can smell the caramel.
And then you add it to the dumplings and the hot water. Whereas my version, more is the flavor. Understand?
Yeah. That looks funny.
So everyone likes a different flavor. Some people like the caramelized flavor. Some people like the cocoa. But it's the same procedure.
White sugar is the same.
It's just the difference is just you caramelize the sugar with that one. You just add.
You do white sugar?
You can use white sugar too, but I find that the brown sugar gives it a nice color as well as flavor. But it's the same. Either way, if you don't have brown sugar, use white sugar. So you stir it gently because that sugar is really hot. If you tip some out, then you're going to burn really bad. You do it gently, and at the same time, you keep stirring because you don't want to burn the sugar really bad. If you burn the sugar really bad, it will give a burn taste to your goodbye as well. Right now, just move back a little bit. Okay, so be very careful when you add. Just lift this up. Maybe give me a cup, son. Give me a cup, please. This stage, I'm going to get some of that water and add it slowly. Add it slowly to your sugar. And you can.
Like someone science class.
You need to add some more. And then you're going to stir until the sugar melts completely. So you want to melt that sugar completely, and then you transfer that to your we'll transfer our sugar back in pot. So you see the color now?
Yep.
So this is the flavor for you. I'm going to add my one back into my flavor. Just get out all that sugar flavor. This is our dessert pretty much, or breakfast. Because in the island we only have flour, sugar. Okay, so just let it boil for a little bit, Simon. I'm going to get to the next stage. With my flavor, cook Samoa, it's because it's been boiling for a while, and the flour, from the dumplings, have just released, and it's, if you can see the consistency, it's starting to thicken the juice as well. So it's up to you if you want to, because some people would mix flour with water and add it to the kopai to make the juice a bit thicker. I haven't done that yet, but if you can see, it's quite thick now. So it's either I want to add it, if I want the thing to be a little bit thicker. I like this consistency, but I think I'll have to add it to the other one. So feel free to add the next part, which is pretty much just adding water mixed up with flour. Just do it anyway because I might need it for the caramel flavor. While I'm adding the flour, I'll get you to stir. Okay, so I'm just going to add this thickening.
What's that? Is it condensed milk?
No, this is.
Or just milk?
Yeah, it's just flour and water again. But this will, thicken up the juice a little bit. And more. Yeah, just keep stirring gently. Just be gentle with probably add a little bit more. That's done. We're just going to add coconut cream. Okay, so we'll now add coconut cream to both. Stir mine gently as well. And then I'm going to take see if it's sweet enough. So you can see there's different sizes in there. Totally up to you how big, the dumplings, the size I should say that you like, big or small, it's totally up to you. Okay everyone, we have completed our kopai in 2 ways, caramel flavour and kokusano. As I said earlier on, this was requested by one of our subscribers. Hope you enjoy this recipe and everyone else. We are now going to taste our kopai. It will be Enoch's first time tasting the kopai, and we're having it with our bangeke pancakes. So this is how the Samoans would eat kopai. They can either eat it with toast, pancakes, round pancakes, or have it by itself. Let's go ahead, Enoch. Because it's very, very hot. What do you think it tastes like? Or what reminds you of the taste? The boy in. So that's a caramel flavour. So in the island, they use the fresh coconut, and I guess it makes it, a lot nicer too. It's nice too with coconut cream available overseas. The fresh one will take it to the next level, if you know what I mean. So this is the koko flavour, Samoa flavour. This is my favourite. I eat the caramel flavour, but I prefer the Samoa. Brings back memories.
Yeah, I did.
From the island. I guess we will do this kopai a lot.
Yeah.
Because sometimes sugar can be expensive, and sometimes we might not have enough sugar to do the caramel. So the Samoa will be the next. Is your dumpling sweet enough inside?
Not sweet, but
Yeah? So And taste of the cookbook too. And have it with the hot pancake. That is our cooking, everyone. So again, this is a Samoan's favorite breakfast dish, or it can be a dessert dish as well. Hope you enjoy this recipe. Thank you for baking with us, and thank you for supporting our channel always. May God bless you all, and be safe, stay safe, and good luck with the beginning of this year. Hope you have a good journey this year to 2022 or 2022. May your dreams come true, whatever you plan to do this year. Love you all, our subscribers. Thank you very much. From Milz and family, we appreciate you all. See you in the next episode. Bye for now.
See ya.
Welcome back, everyone, to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for tuning in again to another vlog or another cooking video from my kitchen. In this episode, I am going to make one of the requests from our wonderful viewers or subscribers. I was asked to make the Long John donut. So here it is. Let's start cooking. Here are the ingredients for our long donuts: all-purpose flour, vegetable oil, full cream milk, thickened cream, yeast, strawberry jam, sugar, icing sugar, salt, butter, and egg. I have my warm milk here. I will add 2 teaspoons of my yeast. Families and friends, don't forget all our ingredients and measurements are in the description box below, so check it out in there. Let's go ahead and mix the yeast a little bit so it can dissolve in the warm milk. To that we'll add our egg. Let's go ahead and add our sugar. Give it a good mix again. Put a cling wrap on it to cover and let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes to activate our yeast. While our yeast is activating, I'm going to add our flour and the mixing bowl of my electric beater. Then I'm going to go ahead and add my salt. Give it a good stir. Our yeast is ready. It's activated now. You can see it's frothy on the top. We will go ahead and add it to our flour. And we will turn our mixer on medium. Okay, so all the flour is now combined. We will keep mixing or beating the flour with our mixer for about 8 minutes. Taking our dough out of the electric beater or the mixer, I am now going to put it in a bowl that I've oiled already. We will let it rise in a warm area for about an hour to 2 hours. Then we will come back and continue on from there. See you in an hour or 2 hours, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and beat our cream. I'll add 2 cups of thickened cream in my jug here. I'll then add icing sugar and my vanilla extract. And we'll let it sit in the fridge for an hour while we wait for our donuts to be cooked and cool down, and then we'll add our cream. Our dough is now double in size. We will go ahead and transfer onto our bench. Let's divide our dough in 8 equal size. Okay, so that's 4. We will just try and shape it to a long donut shape. I haven't added any flour to it. I just added about a tablespoon of oil onto the bench. So I haven't added flour on the bench. 3. Okay, we will cover these and let it rise for another half an hour to 45 minutes until it doubles in size again, and then we'll start frying them. So I'll be right back, everyone. Okay, we'll start frying our donuts now. I won't overcrowd the pan, just do 3 at a time, so it gives enough room for these 3 to cook. Okay, our donuts have been cooled down for quite some time now. We're ready to add our cream and jam. I'll go with the cream first. Okay, we have completed our long cream donuts, or long johns they call it. So here it is. I'm going to get my son to taste it for us tonight.
Good.
What do you mean good?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, cream.
Yeah, do you like it? I'll have a taste too myself.
This long john all in one place.
It's good, not bad. Not bad. It's not too sweet, so I could add more sugar. But you do it according to what you like. Go ahead and cook it according to your likings. But that's our cooking tonight. I hope you enjoy cooking with me tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share my video with your families and friends. Take care, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye, everyone. Talofa YouTube family, welcome back to my channel. This video, I will be making another one of the recipes that's on the list of the requests to be made, and that is yellow buns or bangi sama. Let's start cooking, family. You will need the following ingredients: bread flour, sachet of yeast, sugar, salt, egg, raisins, this is optional, soft butter, condensed milk, warm milk, and yellow food coloring. In the bowl, I'll add our wet ingredients. Start with the warm milk. I'll add the condensed milk as well. Let's go with the sugar and our egg. Just give it a quick stir just to combine those ingredients I've added so far. I'm now going to add our food coloring. So about 3 drops. Now that's 2 large drops there. A little bit. Okay, so give it a good stir. Feel free to add more if you need to, depending on how, or depending on the color of the buns that you want. If you want a nice solid yellow, go ahead and add a little bit more. But I think this is enough for me. Right now, I'm going to add my yeast, and I'll give it a good stir. Okay, that's good enough. Right now, I'm going to add my flour. I am also adding my salt. We will give this a good mix to combine the wet ingredients and our dry ingredients. In the description box below, I have got the recipe. I know there has a few of our family members, our community, who have asked about the recipes of some of the dishes that I've made in the past. I have included all the recipes in the description box below. So you click on the side of this video, there is a description of the dishes I make. So there's an arrow, I think it on your right side or left. Just have a look. There's a down arrow. Click on that arrow. It will take you straight to the recipe. You will see the recipe, the ingredients and everything. So even this one, I will have everything available for you. I also wanted to mention that particularly for this one, I have some notes and tips I've put in there about the reasons why I use certain ingredients, and so on. So in this particular recipe, I am experiencing using a different flour, a good quality flour like bread flour. So I will share how I feel about using the good quality flour in this recipe and versus the normal all-purpose flour that we use daily. I will share with you the outcome and why I use it. Right now I'm going to add my butter. And I'll use my hand and knead that into the dough. Okay, if the dough is too wet, you can add a little bit more flour. Start with a 1/4 cup first, or a tablespoon, and then continue adding as you go along or when you need it. Okay. Don't worry, I'll give you the exact amount of cups that I've used. So I'm adding another 1/4 cup. I'm now moving my flour on the board, and I'm going to knead it for a good 8 minutes, just to combine everything. I can feel the texture of our dough is nice and soft. Okay, everyone, I've been rolling our dough for a good 8 minutes. Okay, it's nice and soft. And it's now ready to go into my oiled bowl. We'll let it proof for about an hour. And I'm going to use this, this is a clean one. I picked up from someone's idea on YouTube. Shower cap, that it's a brand new one. I just took it out of the packet. I saved it from when we stayed at the hotel. Okay, so this will go in a warm place for about an hour until it doubles in size, and then we'll come back and continue on the rest of our recipe. I will quickly explain again what I said in the beginning. I think I was, confusing myself and you guys. So I'm now using the quality bread flour here. I am experimenting using the proper bread flour versus the normal all-purpose flour to make my buns. I've made it before with the normal all-purpose flour. It turned out all right. It was nice and soft, but it wasn't to the quality of the shop that I wanted. So I am experiencing using the proper one and the other ingredients and see what outcome. I will let you know, and I'll share with you my thoughts on it. If it's worth going the extra mile and spend the extra money on getting the quality, because they're not cheap. They're a little bit expensive, but if it makes your bakery turned out really nice and the way you wanted, why not? Why not go ahead and spend a little bit of more money to get the quality ingredients? Okay, I'll show you when we come back. Okay, everyone, our dough's been sitting for more than an hour. I had to do a few things, and so it's been sitting for about 2 hours and a bit. I would say 2 hours and a half. And look at it, it's expanding a bit more or above the top part of the bowl. So, and it's soft too. So it's still soft, nice and soft. I'm just going to let go of that air, and I will bring it onto the bench, and then I'll start forming our rolls. I'm just dusting my bench with a bit of flour. I'll divide our dough in 2 proportions. So I'm going to leave one on the side for now, and I'll work on the other one first. For this one, I'm going to add the raisins. Not everyone likes the raisins. Leave it out if you don't want to. If you want your buns plain, just leave the raisins out. If you do, go ahead and add it. Okay. And I'm going to roll. Okay, you try and roll it tight. Tidy up the end part of the roll. Okay. Okay, so I've got 6 here. I'm just going to go ahead and shape them. So I have my tin. I've put a baking paper in the bottom of the tin, and I've buttered the top. I haven't buttered the sides of the tin yet. I'm not going to. I wanted to try and see if it doesn't burn too much on the sides, like go too brown on the sides of the tin when I bake it. The last time I butter the sides of the tin, it came out too brown. So I'm going to try something different, and I'll let you know and see what happens without buttering the sides of the tin. Okay. I could have put them straight like this after cutting them, but I want them to have a nice round shape up the top. The dough is super soft. I can just tell it's going to have a nice soft texture to the buns, but we will see. I'm excited to see how soft it turns out. This is our first load of buns, yellow buns. I'm going to roll these left over and I'll do something else with it, or I'll roll and make another loaf of yellow buns. So we'll leave this on the side and we'll let it rise for about 30 more minutes until it doubles in size again, and then we'll bake it in the oven. So our buns are ready now. As you can see, it has risen again to the top of the, and it's leveling the top of the baking or the bread loaf tin. I'm going to brush the top with my egg wash. And that is just milk mixed with 1 egg. Okay, that is it. So if you can see, my oven is preheated already at 160 degrees Celsius or 370 Fahrenheit to our families in America and other parts of the world. I'm going to bake our buns in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes, and I'll keep checking as well. Okay, before I put it in the oven, I'll quickly explain. What I'm going to do is I am going to bake our buns in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. After that, I won't open the oven within that 10 minutes. I'll leave it to bake for 10 to 15 minutes. And then after 15 minutes, I will then open the oven. I'll bring it out and cover it with foil. Reason why I'm doing that is I don't want to burn the top of our buns while baking in the oven, because the oven can get too hot. Okay, so I'll do that, and then I'll show you as we go along. Okay, the buns are in the oven now. So again, after 10, 15 minutes, I will open it, bring it out and cover it with foil, and then put it back in and finish the process of the baking. Okay, it's now come to the best part of the cooking, and that's, tasting and checking out our baking tonight. If you can see on the board, I've just brushed the top with a little bit of sugar and hot water. I melt the sugar in the hot water, and then I brush the top with that, and that makes it shinier. Okay, so if you can see, I am now going to move it onto my board. That moment of truth. Okay, and then I'll quickly turn it over. Oh my, it's super soft. Now, look at that. I'm just tapping the sides, and you can see from the top, it's just, I feel it. It's really soft. So far, I am really, really happy with the outcome from using the good quality flour and let it rise for a bit longer than an hour. Okay, I'm going to cut it. Okay, it's still hot, but I just want to cut so you can see the inside. Okay, so this is the inside. Obviously, these were the last two without the raisins, and I will do the other sides with the raisins. You can see the raisins slid inside. It's still hot, but I can feel how nice and soft the buns are. I don't know if you can see from here. All right. See the middle? In the middle of the buns. Okay. And inside as well. I am now turning, and it's very soft in the middle. You can still see the smoke in the middle because it's just came out of the oven. Okay. So there it is, my families and friends, our yellow bangi sama-sama, or yellow buns in English. Okay, I'm going to taste it just like that and then have it with butter. Super soft. So that's my experiment of using the good quality, low protein flour to make these versus using the normal all-purpose flour. You will get the outcome that you're after. Plus the little tips that I shared with you in the process of baking, and that it will give you some really nice yellow buns results. Well, I hope you enjoy cooking with me tonight or baking with me, and I hope you give this recipe a try. See you next time. Bye. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well. In this video, I'll be making Cook Island donuts. Let's start cooking. You will need the following ingredients: all-purpose flour, yeast, egg, sugar, salt, warm water, condensed milk, and vegetable oil. Add yeast to the water. Give it a stir. Put it aside for now. I'm sifting my flour in the bowl of my stand mixer. I'm adding sugar now. I'm also adding my salt. Okay, I've mixed our dry ingredients together, or sift them together. I'll put it aside. I'll add the condensed milk to the yeast mixture. This is one of the recipes it never crossed my mind to make it on the channel, because I know there's a lot of recipes on YouTube already. A lot of our wonderful polytubers have made this favorite of our fellow Cook Island friends, their famous Cook Island donuts. So I was hesitant to make it because there's a lot of recipes out there. However, when I got the request to make it, I have no excuse but make it for the sake of our wonderful viewer that suggested for me to make. So here I am, families and friends. So I'm adding the egg in now. Okay, I'm adding our wet ingredients now to the bowl with all our dry ingredients. And then slowly mix them with the spatula so they just combine. And then the rest of the mixing will be done we'll use our stand mixer. Right now I will mix the dough for about 10 to 15 minutes. We will knead the dough using our stand mixer. Our dough is pretty much done. It's been kneading for about 10 minutes. It's quite soft now, and most of it have come off the bowl. Adding some oil to our bowl. Okay, we will let our dough sit for about an hour to proof, and then we'll come back and assemble our donuts. Okay everyone, as you can see, our dough is double in size and it has some air in it. We are going to dust our bench and we will move it onto the bench for now. Look at that. I'm trying to cut them into equal portions as best as I can. Our oil is ready now. We'll start frying the donuts now. Okay, families and friends, we have cooked our donuts, and here it is. I'm going to give it a taste. That's what it looks like inside. Soft in the middle. So the condensed milk does make it nice and sweet, and I think it's making the dough softer too. So that's my take on the Cook Island donuts. Comment below if I'm making it the right way, or give me some tips. Our Cook Island friends, thank you for cooking and baking with me. Hope you enjoy this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. Click the button below. It's free, and it will help me improve and put more videos on the channel. Thank you again, everyone. Take care and be safe. Bye for now. Welcome back to the Kitchen of Meals with Milz. In this episode, we are making corned beef chop suey with potato salad. This is what we'll be having for dinner, and my cooking partner here wanted to learn how to make corned beef chop suey, which is one of her favorite meals. Isn't it, Marina? Yeah. So let's start cooking, everyone. These are the ingredients for our chop suey. We've got onions, dark soy sauce, oil, black pepper, garlic, ginger, magic seasoning, grass noodle or vermicelli noodle, mixed veggies, and our chicken stock. So those are our ingredients for the chop suey. And on the other side, we've got the ingredients for our potato salad. We've got potatoes boiled with skin. We've got eggs, onions, spring onion, and our Japanese mayonnaise. And then, of course, black pepper we will add as we continue on with preparing our recipe. All right. So I am going to peel the potatoes.
Why are you laughing, Brittany? It's not funny.
Whatever.
One more time and I'm not cooking with you anymore.
Fine.
That's what I thought. What? Too many potatoes, Brim.
You wanted potato salad, didn't you?
Because you need to eat chop suey with it.
Yeah, I love chop suey.
At least I'm helping you. My hands are messy.
Professionals cutting potatoes.
Why'd you get a board then?
I got it for you. Hey, stop eating on camera.
Excuse me, you're in my way. Cut. Excuse me, you should be over here. They can't see you and you're late.
Okay, so while our potatoes are still nice and warm, we will add our onions.
Can we mash the potatoes? Or they have to be...
Yeah, that's why I cook it that way, because...
I have potato, yeah, salad.
Yeah, because it's potato salad, not mashed potato. While you're doing that, I'm just going to grate our eggs.
Is that your hand?
No.
Good.
Yes.
Listen to the main
You add the eggs in one. Add it, just dip it in. Gently mix in the eggs with the potatoes.
Wait, do we add mayo after?
Yeah, I don't want to add it now because it's still warm. The potatoes are still warm. You can start with that and I'll do the rest.
Whoa!
Is it easier to use this one?
So scared I'm gonna break the potatoes.
So what you do, once your pot is hot, you can add some oil.
That starts to the chop suey?
It's literally very quick. Corned beef doesn't take long. Open your can of next one, you are going to add your onions. You're going to add half of the pepper. Mix it in with the onions. And add some garlic. And some ginger as well. For a little bit. Yes.
10 minutes. Wow.
Yeah, it's so quick, isn't it? The only ingredients you have to cook longer is your onions. Like, make sure it's nice golden but not burned. Go ahead and add our magic flavoring. Just add enough according to your taste and make sure it's not too salty. We're not using any salt. That's the only salt that we will need from the flavoring. Starting to pop. So we can burn
Nothing to do with please.
Let's add our noodle now. I'll wash the noodle.
Just leave it like this. Slowly melting, people. Oh, wow.
What do I do? Just turn it gently with the
4 bags of rice and how many noodles? So we'll just leave it till I melt?
no. Add the big sage. We will add our beef stock,
Ah, that's how it works.
and we will also add our
Sweet. It's gonna look good, man.
So sometimes people soak the noodle first in water before adding. I don't. I just wash it and then put it straight in the. If I do that, I don't want the noodles. Oh, sorry.
That's right.
Add the rest of this stock. It's amazing.
Amazing.
It's
Amazing,
No,
not
it's-
amazing.
no, someone I know of. See, in a funny way. Oh,
That starts to chop suey premium.
yeah, I'll add more chicken stock or water.
Turning into chop suey.
Okay, let's finish off our potato salad. Okay, we're just going to add about a cup. The Japanese mayonnaise. And we'll mix that through. I'm going to add a sprinkle of black pepper, not too much. I will add the spring onion last to my one because some members of my family, they don't like spring onion in their potato salad, so I will add mine separately. So I'm just going to grate the rest of the eggs and then feel free to add salt as well. Alright, that's it. Now I'm going to add my mixed veggies last. I don't want to overcook the veggies.
Best meal ever.
Add some black pepper to check if I need to add more salt. Perfect. I don't need to add more salt. It's salty enough. And we will serve and taste our meal. Families and friends, we have finished our cooking, our potato salad and corned beef chop suey. That was requested by Narina to have for dinner. What do you think, Narina? Did you enjoy that cooking?
Yeah.
Let me say something about the salad. My tip, and I know everyone makes their potato salad differently, but for my tip, I like boiling the potatoes with the skin and then peel it after. Sometimes I peel the skin, but I find it that cooking the potatoes with the skin and then peel after is more tastier. Everyone's different, but that's my opinion. It tastes much better boiling the potatoes with the skin and then chop it after and make the potato salad the way you want. So let's go ahead and taste our food, Marina, and then go from there. We said the prayer already.
Salad is sweet.
My favorite combination is chop suey and salad, potato salad. So this is dinner for tonight. Chop suey, potato salad, corned beef chop suey. Yum.
Rating? 9 out of 10. What about you?
I don't know. My recipes are better let you rate, but I'm happy with whatever rating that you give me. That's our cooking tonight, everyone. Once again, thank you so much for all those who have subscribed to our channel. We really appreciate the support that we've received in the past few weeks from everyone. It means a lot to our family to have the support. We've got a long way to go, but we're more excited to share our recipes with everyone and hope that it will help someone out there. May you have a safe 2022, and we will catch up in the next episode. Stay tuned for more wonderful recipes coming up. Did you have fun, Marina, cooking with me?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I like this meal.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. This is your favorite meal. Okay. Thank you
Of
for
course I enjoy my favorite meals.
Thank you to my partner for cooking with me. Please don't forget to subscribe if you're new to this channel, and click the like button if you like any of the videos that you view, and turn that post notification on so you can be notified for more videos in the future. Take care, be safe, love you all from Milz and family.
Bye.
Bye. Talofa and welcome back to my kitchen, Meals with Milz. In this episode, I'll be showing you how I make bisua. Everyone's different, they do it differently, so stay tuned and I'll show you how. Let's start cooking. These are the ingredients for our bisua: tapioca starch or tapioca powder, brown sugar, coconut cream, and coconut milk. So my rock has been heated up on the charcoal for quite some time now, so it's quite hot, and it's ready for me to burn the sugar for our bisua. I will take it inside and I will show you the next stage of our bisua recipe, caramelizing the sugar using this hot rock. Add a little bit of our coconut cream to the pot and turn the oven on low, and we will start caramelizing our sugar on that rock. Sugar's still melting a little bit. You can see on this, it's melting on this side. I turn my rock around so I can scrape off the rest of the sugar that's stuck on this side of the rock. You could burn the sugar or caramelize the sugar normally on a frying pan, but this is how we do it in the islands with a hot rock, and it tastes so much better. Okay, I think that's should be it. I will turn the oven off now. I will cool this down and then I'll add our tapioca jelly because it's now turning into like clear jelly or creamy jelly, I should say. And I'll take the rock out as well from our coconut caramel sauce. Feel free to add more coconut if you need to. I'm adding all the coconut cream into my pot here. And I'm going to start with 2 of the tapioca starch or powder. I'll add 1 cup and 2. So the oven is off. I haven't turned on the oven yet. Let me go ahead and mix the powder with the coconut milk. There's a reason why I use the powder instead of the pearls. So these are the tapioca pearls. It's a long process. You got to soak these in water overnight for it to soften. But using the powder, it's a lot quicker. So that's why I'm using the powder instead of the pearls to make my pisua. But a lot of people use the pearls, but they have to soak the pearls overnight. Now, I've also picked up another hint using the powder. If you use water, you can smell a very strong smell of the powder. Hence why I'm using the coconut milk. It's got a beautiful smell and taste to it. So coconut milk, not coconut cream. So that's what I'm using to mix the powder first and then boil it until it becomes thick and jelly. So I hope I'm explaining myself clearly why I'm using the milk and the powder instead of the pearls. So I will keep mixing the powder until it fully dissolves in our milk. I will turn the oven on, medium-low heat, and then I'll keep stirring. See, it's starting to get the jelly that we're after. And you just keep stirring the jelly around. See, you can see there's more now. And the coconut milk gives it a nice flavor. It's got a nice flavor to the coconut milk. It's unsweetened coconut milk I'm using. So keep stirring around. There we go. Look. And the other side now. Okay. Turn this off now. And we let it cool for a little bit. Then we will add bits and pieces of this into our coconut cream. And that's pretty much it. Very simple, but this is an easy dessert. The Samoans make this dessert using the starch or the tapioca from the cassava. Okay, so let me put this aside. I've got some water here. Dip my spoon in the water and then I'll try and get some pieces of the jelly or the tapioca and just dip it in the coconut cream, just like that. You can make it bigger pieces or smaller, depends on your preference. So it's pretty much like little jellies in the coconut or caramel sauce. There's one big piece there. Our pisua is done, everyone. I've added all our tapioca jellies in the coconut cream. So that's what it looks like. You can cool it down, put it in the fridge, and then have it later. Or you can have it warm. Pretty simple dessert kind of dish. The Samoans make pisua a lot for dessert. So let's taste our pisua and then we'll go from there. You can taste the difference from the burnt sugar using the hot rocks and the sugar you burn inside the house using frying pan. That's our misua. Hope you enjoy that recipe. Someone requested it in the Google form, so thank you and hope you enjoy this recipe. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so, and for those who have subscribed, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your support. It means a lot to me having the support from all of you, our wonderful subscribers. God bless and take care. See you in the next episode. Bye for now. Hello, welcome back to the channel of Meals for Milz. In this episode, I will be cooking the ripe bananas in 3 ways. So here it is. I hope you like this episode. Let's start cooking. The ingredients for our first dish, which is papapa or banana bread, have coconut cream, sugar, 4 ripe bananas. We have our all-purpose flour, which we will measure soon, and our utensils here to be used. That's our first dish, our whapapa wha'i or banana bread. So this is one of the Samoan traditional treat, and it's just a firm form of banana bread. Okay, let's get into cooking. We'll start by peeling our bananas. All these dishes, it's ideal for you to use the very ripe bananas because it's got the natural sugar that sometimes you don't need to add too much sugar, or I should say that you add a less amount of sugar to the dish. Continue to mash our bananas. Okay, we'll put the bananas on the side and we will start measuring our flour with 1 cup of flour. Start sifting those first. And we'll add our sugar. The amount of sugar you add depends on how sweet your whapapa or your coconut bread, or your banana bread I should say. On that note, this whapapa you can make a coconut flavour as well by adding dry coconuts or the fresh grated coconut. We're going to add our bananas. Now add our coconut cream. You're going to give it a good mix to make sure that your banana and flour, sugar and coconut cream are all mixed well. We're going to butter our baking paper with coconut cream. And now we're adding our dough to a required amount of whapapa, banana bread that you like. You can also bake this in a foil using the same procedure of painting, but I find it's easier to peel the baking paper off when it's cooked than the foil. So I'm just wetting the knife. Just use the knife to make your dough as square as possible. Doesn't have to be perfect. Rectangular shape. Hold the sides in. The other side as well. I'll continue on with the rest of our dough. Those are our whapapa. We have wrapped them all and it's now sitting on the tray ready to go in the oven. I have preheated the oven and we will bake these for about 25 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius. Okay, so we will put this in the oven and show you when it's cooked. Now, whapapa have come out of the oven. It's been cooking for 25 minutes and within that 25 minutes I turn them around, like turn them over, so the other side can cook well as well, or brown the other side I should say. I will let it sit for a few more minutes, and then we will open them. It's looking good. Can't wait to take out the baking paper and see what it looks like. These are the ingredients for our second dish, which is sofai. Remember, we are making 3 dishes out of, or we're cooking the ripe bananas in 3 ways. So this is the second way, which we'll be making sofai. Okay, I've got ripe bananas, which I will mash in a minute. We have seiko, or tapioca pearls. We've got a couple of glasses of water, our kara coconut cream, and our lemon leaves. That will give a nice lemon or citrus flavor to the dish. So, our ingredients for the next. I have peeled up bananas, and I'm going to add some water into our seiko or tapioca pearls. That will soak our seiko for a few minutes, and we will go ahead and mash up bananas. The amount of bananas depends on how big your sofai. I am just making a small pot. If you're making for, and this will probably serve 2 to 3. This amount of bananas is enough for 2 to 3 servings. I'll leave a little bit of some chunky bananas, not too chunky. I don't want to mash too fine as well. It's nice to have little bits of bananas in the sofai. Transfer our bananas, our mashed bananas, in the pot, and we will add about 2 cups of water. Turn our oven on, bring that to a boil, and then we will add our other ingredients. Okay, the sofai is starting to boil now. We're now going to add our tapioca pearls that we soaked in water. And I'm going to keep stirring the sofai for the next few minutes, making sure that the tapioca pearls doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan, and doing that will allow the pearls to cook quickly as well. You can see it's starting to thicken as well because we've added the tapioca pearl. Once the pearl starts to have a clear color, then that means our sofai is pretty much ready. Probably a few more minutes. You can still see some white pearls. So once they're all clear, then we can add the rest of the ingredients and turn off the oven. This is very quick and easy. Let's add our coconut cream. It's time to add our lemon leaves. We'll give it a taste and see if we need to add sugar. No need to add sugar, so my bananas are quite sweet. If you need to add sugar to your one, go ahead and add it according to your taste and liking. For my one, I don't need to add sugar. I can smell the lemon leaf. Give it a nice taste and flavor in our sofai. Okay, that's it. That's our sofai, or some people call it banana pudding. That's our second way of cooking ripe bananas. And it's one of Samoan's traditional dish, breakfast. Can be dessert dish as well. Okay, for the leaves, lemon leaves, I will leave it in there for a few more minutes and then you can take it out. Our ingredients for our third dish from the ripe bananas. We've got 4 super ripe bananas. We've got 1.5 cups of water, some ice, lemon leaves, and crushed peanuts. So mashing bananas again for the boy. You can use your blender or a NutriBullet machine to blend your bananas. I'm happy to do it with the fork. It's nice to have a little bit of chunky pieces of the banana in the boy. But if you want a really fine consistency of the banana, go ahead and blend it. So this is more like a banana smoothie, but the Samoans make this dish called boy with bananas, coconut cream, lemon leaves, and water. That's pretty much it. Super easy. It's also ideal for you to use the really ripe bananas because that will give you the nice sweetness to the boy. Our mashed banana in the bowl. I'll add my water. So unlike the other dish, the souffle, you have to cook it. This one, you just mash the bananas, add the rest of your ingredients, and put it in the fridge to let it cool overnight. It's even nicer. Again, this is enough for two servings or 3. If you want to make a big one, use more ingredients or double the ingredients I'm using. I'm going to add our lemon leaves. Now this will give it a nice taste as well, good flavor, just like the souffle. If you don't have lemon leaves, you can use lemon, the skin of the lemon. Don't use the white part of it because it's a bit sour. So lemon rind, I should say. No, it's not the word I'm after. I'll come back to you in a minute, but I prefer using lemon leaves. Okay, there's our boy, everyone. We are pretty much done, and I'm happy with. There's still little bits and pieces of the bananas. I haven't blended everything well, so I like to leave some in there. And again, I am using the lemon leaves instead of the lemon rind. I will leave my leaves in there until the flavor releases in the boy. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to serve my boy now. And some wine. It came out of the oven. Let it set for a few minutes. Our boy, banana boy, souffle, and banana bread or whapapa. Well, we completed our 3 ways to cook the ripe bananas. Our boy, souffle, and whapapa, which is banana bread. I'm most excited to taste the boy because I haven't made boy in a long time. I've added some nice crunchy. Leave it in the fridge to get cold. You taste the lemon leaf. Hapapa's nice too. I can taste the coconut. I can also taste the banana. But I like to have the coconut, grated coconut in it. I don't have any, so it's nice with hot cup of mala or kokusama. So these are some of the traditional dishes of Samoa made from ripe bananas. I hope you enjoy this cooking vlog tonight. Thank you for cooking with Milz. Stay tuned for more videos and please don't forget to subscribe. Please click the like button below if you like any of the recipes that I have shared with you tonight. Stay blessed and stay safe. Catch up in the next episode. Bye for now. Talofa and welcome back to my channel, Meals with Milz. In this episode, I'll be cooking taro in 3 ways. Not all of us, especially the ones, our Polynesian friends who have born overseas, who have raised overseas. So not everyone knows how to cook taro. So I thought I'll put this together and hope that it will help someone. So here it is, taro, 3 ways. Let's start cooking. So I'm going to turn on my oven and I'll have my water boiling, and in the meantime I will start peeling our taro. Most of us Polynesians scrape the taro with the asi or made out of tin, empty tin can, but not everyone's comfortable to do it that way, so you can use a potato peeler to peel your taro. So I'm now going to slice and you can slice it whichever way you prefer. I'm going to go with round slices like that. If I do it that way. So that's our taro. Add a little bit of salt to the water. Okay, so our hot water is boiling now. We're going to slowly add our taro in the pot. And the reason why we add the salt to the water, it helps with the taro. It helps stop the taro from going slimy, if you know what I mean. So yeah, continue on adding your taro. We will boil the taro for about 10-15 minutes and then we'll come back and check. Hopefully by then it should be cooked. Put the lid back on and I'll let this boil away. Majority of us know how to cook the taro, but this is for the sake of our kids and for those who were brought up overseas. So I hope this will help you. Simple way of cooking taro or falifkalo. Taro's been boiling for 10-15 minutes and I'm using a sharp knife just to test if it's cooked, and it's gone through the taro quite okay. It's just like cooking potatoes. This stage our taro is ready. I am going to get rid of the water and then we'll add our coconut cream. Just get rid of the water. The amount of taro you need to use depends on the amount of the people that you cater for. So for my household, there's only 4 of us. 1 or 2 medium taro is enough for my family. The amount of taro you need to use depends on the amount of people in your family or the people that you cater. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and add coconut cream. I don't need to add salt because I added a bit of salt in the beginning. So just add your coconut cream and let it boil. You can add flavouring of onions, curry, like some of our Polynesian friends use. I'm just using coconut cream and salt if you need to. So we'll let that boil for a few more minutes. So that should be alright now. It's been boiled for a few minutes. Falifkalo is ready. And you can serve that with your main chop suey, pork, meat, just like you serve potatoes with the main dish. So that's one way I cook taro, and we will move on to the second way. These are the ingredients for our next way of cooking taro. We've got taro pieces here, carrots, our chicken, and then our spices here. We've got curry leaves, chicken stock cubes, minced garlic, ginger powder, curry powder, onions chopped, and a few tablespoons of all-purpose flour. I'm going to add all-purpose flour to our chicken. Put some salt as well if you want. Add a couple of tablespoons of oil to the pan. Set through. Add more salt. So I'm using chicken Maryland. I have cut them in pieces of 3. This is the flour. Our oil should be nice and hot now. And we will also cook it for another 4 to 5 minutes. Don't move the chicken too much. Let it cook so you can get that nice brown colour. And the other side is ready now, nice and brown. You're going to move the chicken out of the pot. So there's our onions. Take the onion nice and brown. Go ahead and add our teaspoon of ginger powder. Add my garlic as well, followed by my dried curry leaves. Keep stirring until you get that nice aroma of curry leaves. And about 2 tablespoons of curry powder. 3 cubes of chicken stock. Let's go ahead and add our chopped taro and carrots. Add my chicken back in the pan. Give it a quick stir. We will now add about 3 to 4 cups of warm water, and we will simmer our curry for about 15 to 20 minutes or until the taro and the chicken is cooked well, and then we will come back, check our curry and go from there. The flour I added before I brown the chicken will help to thicken our gravy, for the curry gravy, along with the taro. But we don't want to overcook the taro, so yes, we will come back in the next 15 minutes. The curry is cooked now. The chicken is tender, and the taro, if you can see the taro in there, we will turn this off and have it ready to taste and serve. These are the ingredients for our third way of cooking taro. I'll be making taro burger. It's a simple hamburger with taro. So I've got breadcrumbs, French onion soup, sachet, mixed herbs, black pepper, salt, Worcestershire sauce. I always have trouble pronouncing this sauce. Okay, so there's our beef mince. I'm going to add our French onion soup to it, about a teaspoon of our mixed herbs, breadcrumbs, and then just add 1 egg. We'll add some black pepper as well, and about 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. One day I'll know exactly how to pronounce this sauce. This is one of the sauce that I struggle to pronounce, but you know what I do. Give it a good mix. You can have the rest of the crumbs as well. Give it a good mix with your hands and make sure you wash your hands. Whoop. Forgetting to put my towel down. Stop my ball from sliding. Okay. Whoa. Stop that. Okay, so we'll form our mince patties. Get a good size ball of mince, and we're going to make a big round patty because they shrink in the process of cooking. So we will make sure we roll out a good size patty. Okay, I will continue rolling the rest of the mince, and then we'll get on to the next stage. 2 taro slices here that I put aside from when I boiled taro. So that's what I'll be using for our burger. What I'll do, add 1 slice, and I've got these boards. I'll try and flatten the taro as much as I can. You can use a pot, a heavy object, just to flatten your taro as much as you can. Or if you have one of those hard press machines at home, you can use it, but this is what I have. But what I want to do is, I just want to flatten the taro slice a little bit. Like I said, you can use a pot, a heavy pot. See, that's what I do. It one more time, just flatten a little bit. Should do it. And then we do the same with the other slice. Okay, let's go ahead and brown our taro. Turn that over. Just brown the other side one more time, and then we'll cook the other taro. Drain that well. Okay, onto some towels, paper towels, and we will get on with the second one. Drain that. So I'm cooking our patties now, and I'm throwing the onions in. I left our patties in the freezer for about 5 minutes. Let's leave it in there to hold the patties together. I'm also going to throw the bacon on the side. Let's go ahead and assemble our burger. While it's nice and hot, I'm going to spread some of my burger sauce. And it's nothing fancy, it's just sweet and sour sauce mixed with mayo. I love heaps of onions, so some of our tomatoes. I also like to add pineapples, caramelized pineapples to my burgers, but I don't have pineapple rings, so I'm going without it. Some of the lettuce. It's really any filling of your choice. Sprinkle a little bit of that sauce in the middle, egg, and tar on top. And let's move our burger under here. And there's our taro burger. Might be too big to have a bite, so you can cut it in half. So that's the third way of cooking taro. So this is my go-to kind of meal, something different for the family. Taro burger it is. These are the three ways that we cook taro tonight. Boiled taro or falifkalo, curry taro with chicken, and taro burger. So let's get on with tasting. I'll taste the taro curry. It's like eating potatoes. Instead, I'm adding taro. And then, oops, our taro burger here. Everyone, I'm going to taste our burger now. Different. But I like the flavoring of the patty, the mince, the onion soup mix with the herbs. I hope you give it a try because it's really nice. It makes the patties taste really nice and really different with the lettuce and the burger sauce of your choice. So yeah, that's our burger. That's what it looks like. This is our recipes, everyone. I hope you enjoy that cooking. Thank you for tuning in and for cooking with Milz. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my video with your friends if you do enjoy this recipe. Stay tuned, and I will catch up with you in the next episode. Bye for now. Good morning and welcome again to my channel. I hope you're all doing awesome out there and well. Thank you for tuning in again to another vlog or another episode from my kitchen. Today's cooking, I will be making another flavor of my meat pie series, and that is bacon and egg pie. Let's start cooking, everyone. These are the ingredients for our bacon and egg pie. Bacon, eggs, my homemade pastry, or you can use the store-bought pastry from the supermarket, chopped onions, some parsley, pink Himalayan salt, black pepper for seasoning, and sesame seeds. I'm going to cook the bacon and egg. Some people prefer the whole egg in the pie, and then others like me, I prefer the egg scramble in the bacon and egg pie. So I'm going to do both. I'm cutting my bacon just in bite sizes, not too small, not too big as well. You don't want to get choked on a large piece of bacon. So just bite sizes, I would say, about that size. And it's nice to have a bit of fat on the bacon. because that will make the bacon and egg pie nice and juicy. Okay, that's it. I'll transfer the bacon into a bowl. All right, I'm going to cook my onions first and then the bacon. I won't cook the bacon too long because it's cooking more in the pie when we bake the pie. But for me personally, I don't like the half-cooked taste of the onion in my pie. I'm different to your taste, so feel free. If you don't want that kind of taste of the onions, go ahead and add it straight to the pie without cooking the onions first. Okay, I'm adding a little bit of olive oil in there. Okay, I'm going to add my onions and my other pies that I made earlier on. I am not buying the pastry anymore, and I think I mentioned this before. I am now making my own pastry at home. I find it's the key to have a nice homemade pie is making your own pastry. And I can't stress that enough because I now experience it myself. I used to nothing wrong with the pastry from the store. It's just, my preference and tasting and the way the pie looks. Adding the bacon now. Yeah, so back to what I said before. I'm now making my own pastry here at home. If you don't have the time, go ahead and use the one from the supermarket. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just my preference and my taste. But if you're happy with the pastry from the store, by all means, go ahead, everyone, and use the one from the store. Okay. Comment below and tell me what your favorite pie is. Whether you like steak and cheese, mince and cheese, or bacon and egg, or steak and mushroom. That's it. I'm turning off the oven now. And now I'm going to add my parsley. And that will give it a nice extra flavor to the pie. Again, make it your own and according to your taste and liking. All right, put that aside. Alrighty, we are moving into assembling the pies now. Go with my pastry, I'll cut it in half and I will roll it. There's a lot of recipes for short or puff pastry, but if you want the recipe, I can link the videos of my other pies that I made the pastry from scratch. I will link that below. Let's go with a knife and cut it a few centimeters over. Okay, just like that. And for that, you can cut it exactly around the rim because that will be for the top. Don't worry about it to be exact. You can clean it up when you complete it. For now, as long as you have, it should go on top. That should be all right for now. Okay, we'll start with these two. Okay. Just like the other pies, put it in like that. Make sure it sits properly in the bottom of the pan. And then just go with a fork and just make steam holes in the bottom. Just like that. I'm going to add a little bit of the bacon down the bottom. Okay. And then I'll crack one egg in the middle. All right. Add more bacon if you like. And then crack another egg. That's it for that one. Okay, I'll leave that aside. For this other one here, I'm going to scramble the eggs. Just be generous with your eggs. Normally, For these size of pie tins, I normally use 2 eggs. It's nice to have enough eggs than to have your pie hollow on top because it's not enough eggs and bacon. So I'm going to scramble the rest and then I'll add it to this one. Okay. Add a bit more bacon. Again, it's not going to be a bacon and egg if you have tiny bits and pieces of bacon. You've got to go all out and add heaps of bacon and egg to be able to have a nice bite into the pie. So don't be stingy when you make your pies. It makes a difference when you add enough. You can go ahead and season it with salt and pepper on top, both pies. Not too much salt because the bacon is quite salty. Okay, I'm going to go with my brush and just brush the top edges of the pastry. And then press it down to close off the top. Okay. Go ahead with your pastry cutter and just clean the edges. Here we go. We can now brush the top with more egg wash. Sprinkle some of the sesame seeds on top, black and white sesame seed, or you can leave it plain. You don't have to add the seeds. Okay, so I'm now ready. I'm going to bake them now for about, in my oven. I will bake it at 160 degrees Celsius for about 25 minutes. I'll show you. Our pies have come out of the oven. If you can see, they're nice and puffy up the top. I brought it out of the oven for about 5 minutes now, and you can see it still hasn't sunk in. I'm happy with the outcome of my pastry. Let's go ahead and taste our bacon and egg pie. I'll take this out. So I'm going to taste our pie, everyone. Put them out of the... Have a look at that. So that's the one that we baked the whole egg. Have a look, everyone. That's our pie. In the middle, that's the one with the whole egg. Let's go ahead and taste it. I'll taste it without the fork and knife. Yum. It's nice and juicy with the bacon. So remind me of the New Zealand pies. That's another flavour pie, everyone, for my pie series. I hope you've enjoyed cooking with me today, or baking, making these favourite pies of New Zealand, bacon and egg pie. I want to close by expressing my gratitude again to all my YouTube family, subscribers, viewers. I appreciate you all for subscribing and supporting my channel. Stay tuned for more videos coming. Stay safe, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.